Two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. One last time here on Coventry United TV. We are live with the Coventry United ladies. It's our final coverage of the 2017-18 season, and what a ride it has been. We've seen heartbreak and triumph in equal measure, and it all ends today as Coventry United ladies host Lewes Women's FC here at Boldmere St Michael's, the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground. Of course, the Butts Park Arena undergoing some much needed pitch renovations over the next couple of weeks ahead of next season. So for the last couple of weeks we've been either at Coventry or over here, but either way we have been sure of some fantastic football, and hopefully that's what we're in for again today, with the Red and Green Girls hosting Lewes, a big match to determine who will be finishing in 4th place in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division, behind Charlton, C&K Basildon and Crystal Palace. So if United win, they will finish above Lewes on goal difference only. If they lose or if they draw, then Lewes finish 4th and United will finish in 5th place. So that is guaranteed. The lowest they can finish is 5th, as Portsmouth have already played their final match of the season, and Chichester, well, they're a while back. So it is between United and Lewes for the 4th place spot in the Women's Premier League Southern Division. Who knows, it could be the final match in this league for Coventry United. That's if Daisy's back. I'll tell you what, you'll know what I'm getting at if you listen to the early days of CUTV. But anyway, as I was saying, this could be the final time we see United in this league. Of course, the Women's Championship bid is still in progress, so we will hear from the FA the next few weeks whether we are successful or not. If the FA know what's good for them, they will let us in. Personally, I might be biased, but I think that we are the best club to get in. Honestly, why not? That's my one question about that. Why not? So it could be the final Women's Premier League Southern. Well, it will, because obviously next year it's going to be the National League rather than the Premier League. So whatever happens, it's the final time we can say it's the Women's Premier League Southern Division. Whether we're in the 2nd Division or the 3rd next year, who knows? We'll know in a few weeks' time. But this is a historic day, as it is the last edition of Women's Premier League Southern Division football here on CUTV. As the players are ready to come out at the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground. So a couple of changes to the Coventry United starting lineup. Helen Dermody is fit to play, but only on the bench after suffering an ankle injury on Thursday in the match against QPR. Alex Buck, Loris Jeffries, Callum Barber all amongst the sub-7. Ali Hall is back in the starting lineup for the first time since the defeat at home to Charlton. So that front three of Gauntlet, Hall and Davis is reunited. Now Maisie Jerrim back at centre-back with Lucy Stead not in the squad. And the player of the season for Jay Bradford, Nikki Miles, starting at right-back. The Players' Award winner Nat Hagen there too, and of course Helen Dermody on the bench. Well, for one final time in the 2017-18 season, Coventry United TV comes to you live with FA Women's Premier League Southern Division action against a team that have done more than most for equality in football. Lewes became the first team this summer to pay their women as much as they pay their men. But Coventry United will be hoping to leapfrog Lewes into 4th place. The winner of today's match will finish in 4th behind Charlton, Basildon and Palace. So it's all to play for on this final day edition of Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Straight into, yeah, who? Yeah, exactly. The award-winning Liam Cook, I might add. Yeah, that's going to, I tell you what, that's, yeah, you're never going to hear the end of that now. You're gone done it now. Well, they're going to be lining up to get me now I'm award winner. Right, straight into the team news. Yeah. Did you know that? Yeah, I did win an award. Yeah. Right, straight into the team news. I'd say I'm getting distracted already. Straight into the team news now for Lewes Women's FC. Starting with their goalkeeper. Number 1 is Faye Baker. Number 3, Rebecca Thompson. Number 5, Amy Taylor. 17, Tammy Wayne. 15, Natasha Wells. 12, Kylie McCarthy. Number 2, Charlotte Owen. 7, Vicky Carleton. 11, the captain, Danielle Lane. Number 16, Avila Bergin. And number 9, Rebecca Carter. Substitutes for Lewes. Number 1 is Jackie Ann Goldsmith. Number 10, Ava Robotham. 13, Fliss Love. And number 14, Kelly Larkin. And the final starting lineup for Coventry United ladies this season is as follows. Number 1, the captain, Sue Wood. Number 2, Nikki Miles. 3, Rosie McDonnell. 4, Jade Brooke. Number 5, Nat Haig. 6, Maisie Jerrim. 7, Amber Hughes. 8, Steph Smith. 9, Maz Gauntlet. 10, Ali Hall. And number 11, Keely Davis. Substitutes for Coventry United ladies. Number 12, Callum Barber. 14, Alex Buck. 15, Lois Jeffries. And number 16, Helen Dermody. Now remember, it's a shootout between Dermody and Hall for the top scorers prize for Coventry United ladies. Of course, H has had, she's had a bit of help, hasn't she, seeing as Ali's been out for the last couple of weeks. It's Ali's first start since breaking her nose in the home defeat against Charlton, and obviously Dermody's played some lower key opposition in the form of QPR, Swindon and Cardiff recently, so she's got a few goals to celebrate there. So she's certainly got an advantage on that point, but of course Hall is starting today. Dermody is on the bench suffering an ankle injury on Thursday, so it is between Dermody and Hall to find out who will be the top scorer. The two captains meeting in the centre circle. Well, really thinking about it, if you look at it, the Maz Gauntlet's still got an opportunity to finish as top scorer. I think, look at this, top scorer at the moment is Helen Dermody with 23 goals in 32 matches. Then it's Ali Hall with 21 goals in 30 games. And then in the same 30 games, Maz Gauntlet has got 20. So it's still possible that Gauntlet could finish as top scorer. Who knows? Well, Lewes in their chain strip of all sky blue, with Coventry United ladies in their traditional red shirts with green shorts and socks, the civic colours of Coventry. For one last time this season, coverage number 89 here on CUTV. What a season it has been. We are set to go at Boldmere St Michael's, the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground. Lewes to kick things off. Standing over the ball is Rebecca Carter. Let's get this party started one last time here on CUTV with Liam Cook. It's Lewes passing the ball around the back line all the way back to the goalkeeper now with Faye Baker. Boots it clear before Gauntlet and Hall can make inroads into the penalty area. Nodded on by Lane. Now here's the manager's player of the season, Nikki Miles. Up line to Ali Hall, flipped on towards the right hand side. Smith had to go some to get there. She does slide it in, but it's picked up by Lane. The Lewes captain. Back into the box. Playing a 1-2, it's back with Lane. Tries to make progress out of danger. Flipped on by Wells. And here's Rebecca Carter. Pass down the left, blocked by Nikki Miles, taking one straight to the gut there. And lucky she's able to recover and nod it forward towards Steph Smith. Beautiful sunny spring afternoon here in Boldmere. Ball on left side by Rosie McDonnell, is deflected to touch there by Vicky Carleton. So a throw to be taken just in front of the away dugout by Rosie McDonnell, coming to the end of her first season with United. A very impressive first season. Something impressive. Here's Nat Haig, who won the Players Player of the Year award. Haig to Smith. Davis. Back to Smith. Lauren Jet by Steph Smith, the goalkeeper, scrambles across to the left of the goal, but she doesn't need it as the ball trickles wide. So first goal kick for Baker. Lane beaten in the air by Miles. And again. And a clash of heads as Ali Hall received a blow in the back of the head. Hall says she's okay. But that can't be said for the Lewes player. I think it might be Lane who's gone down. Well, both players during for the ball. Lane connecting with the back of Hall's head. Pretty nasty impact. Hall pretty quickly got up to her feet and told the physio that she was okay. But fingers crossed the Lewes player will be able to continue. Well, the physio has come over and telling to the Lewes player now. Well, actually it is in fact Natasha Wells who's gone down. Well, she looks okay. She's sat upright now. Of course, she will have to leave the pitch for a brief period. The physio's come on. Of course, head injuries are a massive talking point in sport these days, especially in football. So you can't be too careful. So Wells will have to leave the pitch for a couple of minutes. In fact, she's back on her feet now, and United will get themselves underway once again with a free kick, with Nat Haig standing over it. Haig into Hughes, good first touch by Hughes. Will she go for it herself? Out of play for a corner. Well, Lewis appealing that it came off Hughes last, but the final touch did indeed come via the foot of Avila Bergin. Well, in the absence of Helen Dermot, it's going to be Keely Davis taking over set-piece duties. Headed by Ali Hall and saved with the legs of Faye Baker. Well, we know how much that Hall likes to use her head. She's got to be careful, of course, of coming back from that broken nose. And she used her head to good effect there. A good save by Baker, keeping it out. And here come Lewes with their first meaningful attack of the game with Carter. Forced towards the round side, and she runs it out. Our play will be a goal kick for the Red and Greens. The first touch for Sue Wood, who, of course, is coming to the end of her first full term as Coventry United captain. We'll be talking to Sue along with many other members of the Red and Green Girls squad after the game. Loaded up in the midfield, but there's Ali Hall to bring it down. Back to the goalkeeper. Baker put under pressure by Mascall. It gets the ball away in time. It's McDonald to head it forward. United firmly in the Lewes half. And now it's back with the defence. Striding past Ali Hall there, the Lewes defender, Wayne. Ball on the right hand side. Hoping to find Rebecca Thompson. But it's out of play for the Coventry United throw, about 15 yards into United territory. McDonald. Brooks header to Maisie Jerem. Back to Wood as Lewes trying to close the ball down. Haig on the edge of her own penalty area. She's going on one of those mad runs. It's a neat through ball to find Nikki Miles. Nice lofted pass by Miles, but Smith didn't make the run early enough. So we've had about 5 minutes here on CUTV, live coverage of the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division match here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground, home of Boldmere St Michael's. Current score remains at Coventry United Ladies 0, Lewes Women's FC 0. Head towards the number 9 Carter was wayward, but so was the pass from the defence. Bergen. A low effort towards Sue Wood's goal, but Wood will pick that one up. Rather leisurely save from the United skipper. Bit of a push in the back on Keely Davis. Referee says nothing doing. Brooke. Neat pass to the right. Miles. And the ball towards Hall hits Davis in the head. Davis saying, yeah, I felt that one. So taking the throw will be Natasha Wells of Lewes. find its intended target. Bit of a swing and a miss there from Owen. Smith can't make her way through the Lewes defence, and the ball down the left-hand side for Carter. She'll just about keep it in, but she's offside. We will be back on CUTV in, well, it's about another 5 weeks. The first pre-season match, we believe, will be the first Saturday of July, with the first team ladies start a couple of weeks later. Annie Hall saying to Nat Hay, get that ball on my head. It's towards Hall's head, flies over Hall, and nodded back to the Lewes goalkeeper by Amy Taylor. Now where can Lewes go from here? Racing down the right hand side. Lane wanted it through, but it will now be with Rebecca Carter. Tried the low cross. I think he may have took a touch off there of Rose McDonald, but pretty simple stuff for Sue Wood. Kick by Wood, nodded back to Baker by Wells. So Wells with ball in hand. And volleyed away. The centre circle now launched down the centre of the park by Owen. And there's Hay to pick up the pieces. In goes Carter to try and win it back, and Lewes have got it back now. It's Danielle Lane straying towards the net. It's Lane through on goal for Lewes, squared! And it's in by Bergen. Lewes had Coventry United outnumbered in the penalty area. And the low cross was turned home by Bergen. In the fourth place shootout, it's the team currently in fourth who lead at the Trevor Brown ground. It's Coventry United ladies 0, Lewes women 1. The stats say when United go behind, it isn't usually a good sign. But we know how much fight these girls have in them. And immediately they've got a throw right in the corner, which Nikki Miles will take. Davis makes himself available. Brooke there as well. Haig down line. Who will Miles go for? She'll go over Davis and to Steph Smith. Turn. Lewes defence equal to it. And the clearance is charged down by Smith straight out of play for a goal kick. So 10 minutes gone here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground, home of Boldmere St Michael's FC. In the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division, it's Coventry United ladies 0, Lewes women 1. As we said earlier, the winner of this match will finish in fourth behind champions Charlton, second place Basildon, and third place Crystal Palace. Lewes only need a point to guarantee fourth. United need all three to get it on goal difference. Thompson sprints away, looking for Lane upfield. McDonald will send it forward for Coventry United into the box. Handball claims against Amy Taylor. Referee doesn't want to know as Taylor clears it from Gauntlet. Smith gets the loose ball. Here's Jade Brooke. Space out wide for Nikki Miles. Miles will get there before Taylor. Slide by Taylor, into touch. Throw Coventry United level with the penalty area on the right wing. Miles' throw, shouldered by Davis, straight out. Another throw to Coventry United, 2 yards further down. The highlights of today's game will be available via the Coventry United TV YouTube channel tomorrow morning. Final set of highlights you'll see this season. So make sure to give them a view. Throw by Miles. Here's Smith. Keeps it down. Lobs it towards the right again with Miles beaten in the air by Wayne. That flicks it up. And now Miles crossing towards Annie Hall. Flicked away. Here's Jade Brooke. She's thinking about another spectacular goal. She didn't have the space to get it away and will find Smith instead. Now here's Jerem. McDonough on the left. Hall acts as a winger at the moment. Corner. As Rebecca Thompson has put it out. Hall says, you know what, we'll take the corner. United keeping Jerem and McDonald back. Just Carter up for Lewes for a potential counter. Now towards the near post by Amber Hughes, I think that was. It's been diverted out via a Lewes defender. I believe it was the defender at the near post. It was a glancing header by Amber Hughes. I believe the defender of the near post has kept it out. Davis with another corner. Header by Hall, cleared. Brooks should get to the seconds before Owen. Hall's got some space in the centre of Lewis's half. Now Haig, Davis on the right. Haig goes for goal herself. That's not something we've seen an awful lot this season. It was on target, but Faye Baker was always going to hang on to that. Closes Baker down. She gets the goal kick away. It's sent towards Carter. Jerem tries to nod it out of play. He doesn't quite reach the line. It does now. As Carter battles for it with Jerem. It will be a throw to be taken by the captain, Danielle Lane. In fact, now it's going to be taken by Rebecca Thompson. McCarthy. Wayward pass to Thompson. Throw in Coventry United in the same position. Long journey up from the south coast for Lewes. Just a couple of miles outside Brighton. 3 hours it took the fans and the players to get here. Fair old journey on the last day of the season. But we've certainly got some good weather for it. As United clear their lines. As the head of Thompson, kept in on the left flank by Amber Hughes. And the tackle from behind puts it into touch. I think that was the number 12 who got it out. That would be McCarthy. United with possession. Seward between the 6. Brooks there, playing as a bit of a CDM at the moment. Woods kick nodded on well by Key Davis. Has some space for Miles. First line cross by Miles. Up rather than out by the head of the Lewes centre-back, Taylor. Can Lewes get away? They're outside their area at least. And now it's Bergen, the goal scorer, who sends Lewes on the attack once again. Wood comes out this time and meets the midfielder Carleton and fires it away before any more damage can be done. Long boot from the back by Amy Taylor. Carleton was offside. Owen wasn't. And she forces Jerry to put it into touch for a throw. Well, United are having more attacks, but Lewes are having the better ones. Here's Lewes leading by 1-0 after 15 minutes. Thompson threads it through. Carter, Bergington again, rolls off the boot of Bergen. Nikki Miles does well to put it out for a corner. So going over to the right to take the corner will be the goal scorer, Villa Bergen. Bergen in. Headed by Miles, gets it away and allows United onto the counter. Lewes have put too many players forward. And now Key Davis sprints at the remaining Lewes defenders. She's caught up and loses out. Now Lewes to start a counter of their own. The ball towards Carter from Natasha Wells was picked out by Nat Haig. Wood to Jerem. Haig again. There's space to work with Haig. Miles now back into Lewes territory. Gauntlet. Lofts it to the left. Nice switch of the play to Amber Hughes. Quickly closed down though by Bergen. Hughes continues. Great tenacity, but Amber Hughes. Here's Smith in the box. Steph Smith low towards Gauntlet. Kept in as it was blocked by the number 11 Danielle Lane and cleared for a throw. Promising play for United, but the Lewes back line looks very robust in the early going here at Boldmere. Hall turns out 2 challenges. In towards Mass Gauntlet, header. Davis sends it over. Gauntlet with the headed attempt first. It fell to Davis, who just couldn't quite keep the effort below the crossbar. we are starting to see what United are capable of heading forward despite a robust Lewes defence doing all they can to keep their clean sheet intact. Brooke, chest control, can't find her way past the Lewes defender. McCarthy, fired away by Wayne. It bounces over the Lewes dugout. So United throw. McDonald, now Hughes. McDonald again. Haig. Strides into the centre circle looking for a long range pass. Haig sends it down the right and nodded out. Deep into Lewes territory, United go with Keely Davis on the throw. Davis's cross, volleyed away again for another throw in virtually the same position. It's Davis again receiving the throw from Miles. Battles with Bergen. Cross to McDonald. Slides it to the left now. Here's Ali Hall. Hall takes on Thompson and loses. Thompson clears it up line. A neat turn now. Lewes striding forward. McDonald does her best to curtail the attack, and that's what she does. That muscles the Lewes attacker. Great work from the Yorkshire left back. Gauntlet wants to run down the right from Steph Smith. She's found Smith in towards Ali Hall. A low diving header gets it away for now. Gauntlet heavy first touch. Amber Hughes with the effort, and it heads wide. So Baker will take the goal kick. Baker thinks twice about destination. In fact, we'll move the ball towards the right of the box. Up goes Amber Hughes and wins it in the air. Ali Hall up there as well. Hall wins the header. She's taking a touch, but she'll get back up. And Steph Smith taken out, and she'll get the free kick. No, in fact, it's gone the other way, I believe. Smith with the foot up. There's certainly a collision there between her and the Lewes defender. The referee is found in favour of the visiting side, so it will be a free kick for Lewes. 20 minutes gone here at the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground. Coventry United ladies 0, Lewes women 1. For an opening goal from the number 16 for Lewes, Avila Bergen. As Baker heads midway into Lewes territory to take this free kick. There it goes. Carter makes the run, one in the air by Jerem, sent straight to Lane. Lane dribbles past Jerem, straight to the path of Hughes. Slot by Hughes, can't keep it away though. Oh, it's not the best of passes from Kylie McCarthy towards Thompson on the right. A bit too far for Thompson to go, and it will be a throw in to United. Here's Hall. Handball against Ali Hall, and it will be a free kick. Well, Hall feels that she was pushed. A real opportunity for Lewes to build on their early advantage. Sent into the box, easy header away by Nikki Miles. Wells looks to get it back in there. Again, nodded away this time by Nat Hay. Brought down by Smith. Volleyed pass by Smith. Davis gives chase. And hooked away by Tammy Wayne for a Coventry United throw in deep into Lewes territory on the right side. As usual, it's Miles to take. Smith in support. Smith back to Miles, quickly closed down. Davis. Lewes just can't seem to bring the ball back. Haig, first line cross, headed by Gauntlet. There's Ali Hall in space. And it's blocked by Thompson. Well, it looked like she was in space, then Thompson came from behind out of nowhere and blocked the effort from Hall. Well, certainly the best chance United have had so far. Davis in. Defender got a touch, but it will come down to Hall on the left flank. Now Brooke. She's covered up, she tries to get another cross in. She does get the cross in. Headed by Nikki Miles. Not bad effort at all from the manager's player of the season, but still not enough to bring United level. So Faye Baker standing over the ball with this goal kick. As we head towards the halfway point of the first half. Remember to hit the like button below the video if you are enjoying today's coverage. Bit of a seal drill there from Key Davis to keep it away from Thompson. Haig on the left with Jerem. McDonald calling for it, but Sanders sent it to Gauntlet instead. Gauntlet. Hull just about keep that in. Smith's there, over the head of Smith. And McDonald couldn't get onto it either. And it's out of play by Vicky Carleton for a Coventry United throw. Brooke. Now Haig. Haig goes for the spectacular. Well, you've got to try them. We've seen goals from there this season. Not today, unfortunately. Of course, it was from that sort of range that Anna Wilcox scored that amazing goal against West Ham, which ultimately won the CUTV goal of the season by just 3 votes out of over 1,150. And a free kick given against Coventry United. Sorry, against Lewes, I should say. It's a free hit to Coventry United against the number 11, Danielle Lane. United still losing by 1-0 with 25 minutes gone in the first half. Hagen straight onto the head of the defender, but Davis will get another opportunity with the red and green girls. Down line to McDonald. Good run by the United left back in towards Maz Gauntlet. It's gone past Gauntlet. Ali Hall. Smith. Now to the right with Miles. Oh, and Ali Hall couldn't get to it. Cut off by the defender. And it flies past the net for a goal kick. You have to think, is it going to fall for Coventry United? It really hasn't been their day so far. They've had plenty of good moves. They haven't been able to finish any of them off. 25 minutes gone. It remains Coventry United 0, Lewes 1 in the FA Women's Premier League Southern Division. The final Women's Premier League Southern Division match ever. I mean, even if United head into the new league, the FA Women's Championship next season, the third tier is being renamed as the National League next season. Doesn't quite have the glitz and the glamour of the Premier League, but you know, I'm not in the FA, I'm not making the decisions. So it is the last weekend of the FA Women's Premier League. It will be the National League next season, and who knows where United could be. There has been talk of United possibly going to the Northern section next season. They could stay in the Southern Division, or just maybe they could be going up to the newly named FA Women's Championship. The bid has been put in, but it's down to the boffins at the FA to decide who gets in now. We have heard rumblings about who could possibly get in, but of course they are simply rumours. You never know. So the final coverage on CUTV this season, 89th game that we've covered for the first team and ladies. One match that we've missed for the ladies this season, and ironically it was this one, the away match against Lewes, which we missed due to an FA Vars match with the first team against, I believe it was Stonewall Delanians. So we've just had a quick drinks break. Of course, it's an extraordinarily hot day, temperatures in the early 20s. The girls with a much needed refreshment break, and we're set to go again as the girls return to the field We have just 20 minutes until half-time. As usual, we'll be taking a short break at half-time to swap over the batteries on the laptop to ensure we can bring you the second half of this match in full. So look for the new live stream just in time for the second half. It's good to know we've actually got Wi-Fi this time here. Night on by Smith. Gauntlet gives chase. And fired into touch by the Lewes number 5, Amy Taylor. McDonald with the throw. Hughes. Back to McDonald, just about kept in. And covered off by McCarthy. Ball sent down line. It will be another throw. A little bit further down the pitch this time. But again, still a good position for Coventry United. In fact, only about 5 yards further down line than where it was. Throw to Gauntlet cut out. And it will be another throw for Coventry United. This time it does find Gauntlet, but she's surrounded by sky blue shirts. Gets the ball towards Hall. A battle with Thompson, goes over Hall. Bergin clears. Carter flicks it on with her head. Now it's Lane, who's got past Jerem. Can she find a way past McDonald? She's got an option on the right. She's still going. Tried to take on too much herself there. And the ball rolls back to the vicinity of Sue Wood between the sticks, who hasn't had to make a save, but she has conceded today. Just one shot on target for Lewes so far, and that was scored by Avila Bergin. United, on the other hand, have had some really good attacks, good possession, good opportunities. They haven't been able to really test the goalkeeper. Here's Wood. Now Nat Haig drives it forward to Steph Smith. Lobs it down the right, hoping that Miles can get there. Miles makes the run. The ball's gone over the head of both Miles and the Lewes defender. Tammy Wells, that was. Sorry, Natasha Wells, I should say. Slide by the Lewes midfielder, and nearly sets up Lane for a lunge at the United back line, but Haig able to find Wood. End the danger. Here's Davis, who's swapped wings with Hall now. Jumps out of the way of a challenge and finds Amber Hughes in the process. Jade Brooke, covered up by Bergin and by Owen. Lobs it to the right with Ali Hall. Out of range for the United striker. And it will be another throw to Lewes. Half an hour gone. There will be added time, of course, after the drinks break and injury to the Lewes number 15, Natasha Wells. So there will probably be about 3 minutes of added time. Flick on by Carter, straight into the path of Nat Haig. Haig sends it forward, a turn by Gauntlet, hoping that Smith would run onto it. Smith wasn't there, and it's back with Baker between the six for Lewes. Lewes playing themselves into trouble here. And the goalkeeper giving the ball away to Hall, and Hall's been pushed from behind by Wells. And it will be a free kick to Coventry United. What a bizarre scenario there for Lewes as the goalkeeper ran it towards the left-hand side, tried to find Wells under pressure from Maz Gauntlet. Hall got there first and shoving the back by Wells gives United the chance to make it all square. A chance of Lewes' own making, and they will not be happy if they concede it, but they'll only have themselves to blame. And again, it will be the centre-back, Nat Haig, with the free kick. Headed up by Smith, comes up to Jade Brooke, didn't have the space to get the shot away. She'll still retain the ball, and behind Haig again. Chip pass towards Steph Smith, a cut out, and now here come Lewes with Bergin, the goal scorer. Looks for Carter in the centre, cut out by Jerem, offside against the Lewes striker. Who's going to take the free kick now? I believe it's going to be Hayward. Wood's coming out. In fact, it's played short to Wood, back to Haig. I just want to get the ball moving here. Haig drives it down the centre to Gauntlet. Brooke, return ball to Gauntlet, is picked up by Lane. Down line. Wells now back to Baker. Baker's clearance looks for the run. Just heads straight into the path of the Lewes attacker. Down the right hand side. It's Carter to give chase. Beaten to the ball by Rose McDonald. It's good vision there from Carleton to spot the run of Carter. But McDonald was equal to it and sends it into touch for a Lewes throw. A rare attack for the visitors, who do, of course, lead by 1-0. This play goes down the box. Referee says no penalty. Going to be a second here. That's a good save by Sue Wood. Close range effort from the captain, Danielle Lane. And Wood aiming to stop the ball and hang on to it. Kick by Wood, straight into touch by Wells. It was aimed towards Ali Hall. Of course, it's after that United top scorer's accolade, which is currently being held by Helen Dermody. And at the moment, it looks like it's going to stay that way. Pass by Smith towards Hall. Again, cut out, but Smith leaves the leg out and catches Wells. Free kick, Lewes. So the free kick coming. About 10 yards into Lewes territory. There it goes, down the left-hand side. Bergen is the target. Bergen gets a hand in a bit of a shove by Nicky Miles. Bergen continues into the box. It's Bergen's cross. Lane for two! And it cannons up the leg of Nat Haig. United push on, but Smith gives it straight back to Lewes. Miles does her best to get it back from the visiting number 2, Charlotte Owen. And it's back to Wood, and United can just calm things down and push on from the back. Wood just strolling out of her box with the ball to feet and looks to send it away. There it goes from Wood. Hall makes the run. And it's off the shoulder and flicked out of touch. Wells gives away another throw to Coventry. Miles looks for an option. Goes for Hall and heads straight into touch again, this time by Bergen. Throw ball down by Ali Hall into the corner now under pressure from Wells and Bergen. As the cross away deflected and cleared towards the touchline. Wells goes down to the pressure of Hall, but Bergen will finish the job and clear. It's a neat long range pass to Carter as well, and there's options on the right hand side. In goes Hughes to win it back and headed forward by McDonald. Now Davis flicks it up. Thompson able to find McDonald of Coventry United. Lewes pushing United back, all the way back. That's back with Sue Wood and Jerem. United maintaining the ball, but Lewes building a brick wall in front of that back line just at the moment just hasn't been broken. Will now be the moment with McDonald's cross in towards Smith. Diving header. It may still fall to Jade Brooke. Well, Bergen runs straight into Brooke, who seemed to get there first, but this player's come out a little bit worse for wear on that one. It will be a free kick to Lewes, and in fact the physio is being called over. Well, we have just 10 minutes of the first half to go. Again, we'll be taking a short break at half time, so look for the new live stream on YouTube before the start of the second half. And of course, if you do enjoy today's coverage, hit the like button, the little thumbs up button below the video. Leave a comment below with your feedback. Subscribe to Coventry United TV on YouTube for more exclusive content for the Red and Green girls and the first team. Of course, there will be slightly less content coming up as this is the final day of the season, but there will be content coming up, including exclusive interviews with new signings for both the first team and the ladies. If you want to hear about new signings, this is the place to do it. And of course, if you want to get notifications as to when the videos go on air, you can hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And of course, as usual, we are on Twitter at Cov United TV. Baker with the free kicks. We're back underway following that brief injury stoppage. Well, I've certainly seen free kicks being taken better than that. Straight to touch for a throw for Coventry United midway into their own turf. Well, I say turf, it's an artificial pitch here at Poldmere. Jerem across her own penalty area to Nat Haig. Haig strides up. Pass towards Smith, cut out by Owen. Lane. It looked to me as if the number 9 was offside there. But flag didn't raise against Carter. It is United striding away now with Nicky Miles. long ball, but no one there. They just don't seem to be offering the right options at the moment. Gauntlet receives it in the centre circle. Now it's Davis to Hughes. There's a bit of a dig there from the number 12, McCarthy. Lewes to come away with it. McCarthy's ball straight to Jerem of United. I don't think either of these teams wants the ball at the moment. Ball retention has been shocking the last couple of minutes. Now Jerem again to the left, and McDonald again loses that and just pulls the Lewes player to the ground. Well, there are ways of stopping attacks. That isn't one of them. The Lewes player gets back to her feet. I think that was Tammy Wayne who went down. Lewes had the advantage. They're going to push everyone forward with this free kick. It's a rolling free kick into the box from the cross, and there's Wood to deny another opportunity for Lewes. Hall. Now Miles looking to take it around Bergen. United find a way out of their own backyard. They've given it straight to Owen. Threaded through by Carter to Bergen, onside, but a poor first touch from Bergen. If she got the control right, then she would have had an outstanding opportunity to make it 2-0. And alas, the chance rolls away from Lewes. Jerem, now Wood. Wood lofted ball towards Miles. Now Hall. It's more like from Coventry United, but they're boxed in on the right-hand side. In goes Lane and taps it over the line. She's not happy about the throw being given to United, but it looks like the right decision. The throw by Miles to Ali Hall. Gauntlet tries to lob it over the defence. Hall couldn't get there, neither could Gauntlet, but the clearance only as far as Nat Haig. Haig sends it in. No one in the penalty area. Davis keeps it alive towards Amber Hughes, and again United just don't have the bodies in the box. And the run by Carleton is cut off by Davis. It will be a throw just in front of the Lewes dugout for United, just inside Lewis's half. McDonald. Now Brooke down line to Maisie Jerem. 5 minutes of normal time to go. There will be about 3 minutes of added time. Here's Hall. Pass was under hit to Steph Smith, and now it's driven forward towards Carter by Amy Taylor. It rolls past the Lewes number 9 and back to Wood. Haig. Steph Smith able to find Brooke. Again, poor passing from United. And Thompson able to play it back to Baker. In all fairness, Lewes have all avenues covered at the moment. Whenever United ball is being played, there's always a Lewes player in or around that ball. Started by Amber Hughes, and again United just can't seem to get the ball back. Thompson back to Baker, who, apart from a decent save from Gauntlet earlier on, hasn't had an awful lot to do except for goal kicks. Most of United's attempts have been off target. McDonald battles for the ball and loses. McCarthy sends Lane on the run. Beaten to it by McDonald. Where's the United player going to go from here? There's a neat clearance and finds Amber Hughes. Great work from McDonald. And Lewes get the throw. It's number 12, McCarthy, blocking Hughes' path. Thompson's throw. Carter, blocked up by Jerem. Tries to find Owen, but there's Maz Gauntlet. Hall calling for it out wide. I don't think United saw her, but they will find Keely Davis. Hall still calling for it on the right-hand side. Will United go for her? Still, Hall's in acres of space, and United just won't find her. Here's Haig. Smith. Now it's Ali Hall. She's been calling for her for the last minute, bless her. Hall. Now Miles. Brooke in position, quick to close down by Bergen. It's still with Jade Brooke. You just haven't got a second to breathe at the moment. There's a neat pass from Gauntlet to Jade Brooke and charged down by Wells. What do United have to do to get a decent opportunity? So Miles with the throw. He's found Smith on the right side of the box. I'm not sure who Smith saw there. It was a cross straight to a Lewes defender, but luckily the clearance goes out and play for another United throw. Still in a decent attacking position. Miles to Smith. Covered off. Goes across the box to Hughes. Smith looks for the effort. It's Steph Smith. He was going wide anyway, but the goalkeeper dived to the left and palmed it into touch. Baker had to be sure. Keely Davis on set-piece duty. United's looking to crowd the goalkeeper. As their quest for an equaliser continues. Headed by Miles, goes behind the fullback. Wells boots it out of the area. It's back with Smith. Followed into the box. No one there for United. Amy Taylor with a more effective clearance. Jeremy lets someone go out to play for a throw to United. As normal time is about to end in the first half. There will be a few added minutes, of course. And Jeremy will leave the throw for Miles. Miles. It's a back from Smith under pressure. Haig. Opposite forward for Maz Gauntlet. It's over Taylor, and now Gauntlet's through. Closed down though by Taylor. And the Lewes defender able to clear. She got in front of Gauntlet. Effective defending in the end from Lewes. The defence was nearly opened up. Here come Lewes again. Bergen down the right hand side. It's lane through. Beaten to it by Nat Haig. McDonald gives it straight back. Look at it. There's Haig again. Can United get away now? And Amber Hughes wins the throw. She tries to make her way down the left. Now Miles. Jeremy down the centre to Steph Smith. Slip by Smith, allows Lane onto it. But the pass was too powerful from Lane and bounces off the leg of the Lewes goal scorer, Avila Bergin. Miles' throw. Nicely weighted for Davis, but she couldn't control it though. James smacked straight in the face. Well, the referee called a halt to play. Everyone wanted to make sure that Jeremy was okay. It's not a foul been given. I believe it's just going to be a drop ball to get things going again. But Jeremy was caught flash in the face with that strike up the field. So normal time has now elapsed. So the physio has now been called over for Jeremy. You have to do have defensive options on the bench. The one you'd probably go to would be Alex Buck, who can play anywhere across that back line. Callum Barber can of course play defensively too. Let's say given that Barber's coming back from long-term injury, I don't think she'll be playing a full 45 minutes. Also amongst the subs is top scorer Helen Dermody and Lois Jeffries, who has missed the last couple of games due to work commitments. So as we head into added time, the score at the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground here at Bournemouth St Michael's FC in Sutton Coldfield. It's still Coventry United ladies 0, Lewes women 1. It's the final action on CUTV this season. As it appears, the injury to Jerem is less about a head, more about something else. I don't think it's the head injury that we're worrying about here. It did originally go down to being smacked in the face by the ball. It may have been a heavy landing for Jerem. And it will be a drop ball to get us underway once we're ready. There was no free kick given. The referee simply called a halt to play to check on Jerem. There's an ice pack being brought over for Jerem, and there is a brief stoppage in play. The referee checks the watch, and the players will have to start warming up again soon. The play's already been stopped for a minute. course, we are nearing half-time. The opening goal coming from the number 16 for Lewes, Bergin. Received the cross from the number 9, Carter. And now it's Villa Bergin to roll it home. But Jeremy is still down. We know Jeremy has already had a facial injury season already against Blackburn Rovers, which got to have for a good couple of weeks. Well, that's Jeremy's getting back to her feet now. Will she be able to continue? I'm not too sure. Well, Jeremy scored it off the pitch. Alex Buck has been told to go and warm up. We've already had 2 minutes of added time already. I'll hazard a guess that Jeremy's probably not going to be coming back on the pitch, so he doesn't look in a great state. And Buck has been warming up. Is she going to get ready now? Well, she's not going to the bench, so Jeremy, I believe, still thinks she can continue. We'll have to wait and see. United, for the moment, down to 10 players. And there is going to be a change now. Alex Buck is going to come on for Maisie Jerem. The centre-back unable to continue. It's a sad end to her first season at Coventry United. But Alex Buck, it's been a breakout season really for Buck. He of course was with United before this season, but this term we've really seen Buck come out of a shell and have a more prominent role in the first team. Throw up line by Miles. We've already had 2 minutes of added time, so we've had more than that. In fact, we've had about 3.5, so we've had a while. There will be more added time due to the other injuries and the drinks break too. So there's still a few more minutes of first half football to come. Miles to Brooke. Switch to play from Jade Brooke. Beautifully weighted for Nikki Miles. Good control by Miles. It's just behind Davis. And the referee ends the first half there. The halftime score here at Boldmere St Michael's, the Trevor Brown Memorial Ground minutes.